Now, as I said, the Vanity Fair article generally accepts the Goldman party line that they would have survived the financial crisis of 2008 even without any government bailout money. Of course, had the author of this article been able to see what's in the Wall Street Journal today, she might not been quite as willing to accept that. And we'll have to see what comes of this article in the Wall. This is a pretty big blockbuster article when you have a Secretary Treasurer of the United States, Hank Paulson, begging for a bailout of AIG when, unbeknownst to most, Paulson's former company, Goldman, was in the hook to roughly $23 billion. So we must assume that had the author of this Vanity Fair article known all this, she might have been a little tougher on Goldman when they tried to tell her they didn't need any government bailout. But there's one last little bit of this Vanity Fair article I want to read, and it's on the nature of the bailouts in general to all the Wall Street users, to the New York usurers. And this is what the article has to say. And this is commenting now, a year later, when Goldman is announcing record profits. How do we explain that? Here's what the article says. The other reason for Goldman's profits is that the government has flooded the system with money. Not just the money it used to rescue the financial system, but hundreds of billions more in stimulus, in support of the housing market, and in the Federal Reserve's purchases of securities. Analyst Meredith Whitney calls government manipulation the strongest, most important theme of the capital markets in 2009. You cannot fault Goldman for taking advantage of that, but it's also true, as the National Economic Council Director Larry Summers said, there is no financial institution that exists today that is not the direct or indirect beneficiary of trillions of dollars of taxpayer support for the financial system. So that's right there basically saying the money that all the sheeple have lost has been given to the New York usurers. See, listen to this language here. No financial institution that exists today, no institution, not one that exists today, is not the direct or indirect beneficiary of trillions of dollars of taxpayer support. So your money was taken and given to usurers. These people who are out of homes, people who have been foreclosed. And by the way, Goldman owns one of the most notorious mortgage companies, notorious for its heavy-handedness in dealing with the foreclosed, the owners. All you people are out of your house, out of your jobs, don't have a pot to piss in. Your money was given to the New York usurers. They have your money. They've made so many billions because you quietly went along with them robbing you. And your government took your money and gave it to the New York usurers. My friend, let's go back and look at this picture. I want you to see who got your money. Here's the, you see these fellas here? You see those two guys? Let us see. Let us see exact figures on my friend's blank fine and cone. It's quoted in here. While you don't have a pot to piss in, you don't have a house, you don't have a job, let us read where your money went. Where did that pot you used to piss in, where did that pot go? In 2007, blank fine made $68.5 million and cone made $67.5 million. That's where your money went to the usurers, and it's still going to the usurers. So you keep an eye on what happened. You can go read that Wall Street Journal article today. Goldman fueled AI. If you want to know how you got ripped off, why you're poor, why you don't have a pot to piss in, go read that Wall Street Journal article. How Goldman covered up how much they were in the hook to AIG. How Hank Paulson went begging to Congress. We've got to bail out AIG. America needs AIG. But America is not Goldman Sachs. America is not the New York usurers. The American sheeple would be fine if there were no Goldman Sachs, if there was no AIG. So you read that article in today's Wall Street Journal. And then you go read this article in Vanity Fair, Inside Goldman. And when you have the knowledge all the while you're reading that, of the chicanery that went on, you'll get a finer appreciation for the kind of a whitewash that article in Vanity Fair was. Now there's one more thing here I want to get to. It doesn't have anything to do with Goldman Sachs, but there's another magazine called Entertainment Weekly. And then it has in a column by this guy Stephen King. The best books of 2009. I'm just going to point this out real quick because I got a minute left. You see that? The best books of 2009 by Stephen King. And can we get in here? Let me see, where is that book? The best books of 2009. 2009 best books. He's got number 5, 2666 by Roberto Bolaño. And ranked ahead of it, he has a book by Joseph Wamba. Joseph Wamba, that's the kind of crap that you buy off a spinner rack in Walgreens. And this idiot, Stephen King, rates that a better book than Roberto Bolaño's 2666. That's the kind of stupidity of the American taste. Joseph Wamba, the kind of crap you get off a spinner rack at Walgreens, better than the great Roberto Bolaño's 2666.